Good day, I am Shekinah Peñaranda, a freshman student from College of Commerce and Business Administration. I am here today to interview about good citizenship for our NSTP, CWTS or Civic Welfare Service Training. First of all, thank you for accepting our invitation for this interview. To begin, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello, I am Blessed Praise Azagra. I am a graduate school student in UST. And apart from that, I also volunteer in our province in Pata, Quezon, specifically in church activities.
Can you give a brief description of your work and current activities?
Okay, so when I have free time from graduate school and whenever I have time to go home to the province, I always volunteer when it comes to church activities. Specifically, merong mga vacation Bible schools, also feeding programs in small barrios or barangays, and also small study groups when it comes to kids who will be starting school for the school year, for example, for the next school year or current school year.
Are you aware of good citizenship values?
Not really aware.
It is the Filipino values categorized into pagkamakadiyos, pagkamakatao, pagkamakabayan, at pagkamakalikasan. In your chosen profession or line of service, what characteristics and traits do you think make you a good citizen of our country?
I think it's pagiging makadiyos at makatao. First of all, makadiyos because of course we have to acknowledge all the things that we can give are not from ourselves but from God. Also, our skills, abilities, to recognize that it is God who gives us these things para makatulong sa iba. Second of all, pagiging makatao because we have to be concerned with others for us to help. Hindi naman pwedeng wala tayong pakialam. It always begins with having the heart to serve others.
How can you demonstrate these good citizenship values in your day-to-day living?
When it comes to day-to-day living, I think we will be able to show these values through small things. Of course, not every day naman meron tayong major help na nabibigay sa iba. Pero yung maliliit na bagay that we can extend our hands to others. For example, to help our classmate pag meron siyang kailangan na i-accomplish, no, academics man or personal. Or for example, to give help to homeless people, ganon. That's an example of being makatao and showing your care to others. And hindi lang yung sa mga malalaking bagay, pero sa maliliit na bagay din.
Next question, what are the good citizenship values you often see or observe exhibited by Filipinos? And discuss your answer.
Okay, I think sa atin mga Pilipino, we are very welcoming and hospitable. It means na nasa part siya ng pagiging makatao. Because I think tayo mga Pilipino, naturally tayo masayahin, naturally tayo mapagtanggap sa iba kahit foreigners or tourists. So I think iyon yung mas lagi nating napapractice, pagiging hospitable. We are always open to welcome others in our house, and most probably than not, pinapatulog natin sila sa mas magandang parte ng bahay natin kesa sa atin mismo. So we tend to sacrifice when it comes to visitors, even though strangers sila. Pero basta laging bukas ang mga pinto nating mga Pilipino para sa mga ganong klaseng tao.
Last question, how can you help teach others good citizenship values?
Okay, for this one naman, I think it's more than just through words or through, for example, ganitong mga interviews. It's more like showing your actions at hindi lang one-time, big-time actions, pero actions that is consistent, committed, and intentional every day. So, pag nakita ng ibang tao that you are this kind of person who is makadiyos, makatao, at saka nagpapakita ng mga values ng Pilipino na magaganda to help others, I think that is the best way for us to influence.
Doon na po nagtatapos ang ating interview. Again, thank you po for accepting our invite for this.
Thank you.
Thank you. One point that stays in my mind is the good citizenship value that most Filipino demonstrates according to our interviewee. Filipinos are indeed hospitable and good in socializing with whether other Filipinos or foreigners. It is our trademark to be welcoming and kind. In fact, we have this culture called bayanihan. It mirrors the pagiging makatao of Filipinos as they help each other and work together as one. Good citizenship values that are vital for youth to be a catalyst for nation building are pagiging makatao and pagiging makabayan for me. Pagiging makatao because I believe that it should always start within ourselves. We should first learn on how to treat other people nicely or how we can help others. Another is pagiging makabayan. I believe that as we young people have limited capabilities as of now because we are young and we are still studying. But I know that we can do something for our nation. One thing that we could do is by simply obeying rules or law. It could be rules in our school or rules in our community. Another thing that we can do in line with pagiging makabayan is by being aware of different social issues. Young people are known for being good in social media platforms and we can use this to be a catalyst for nation building. We can use different social media platforms to spread awareness about what is happening around us. I know that everyone can be a good citizen even in simple way, and one thing that I can share where I displayed a good citizenship value is by participating in our church activities where I donated clothes, school supplies, or food for other children. I also had the chance to share my knowledge about the Word of God to them. And that's where I think I showed a good citizenship value, which is pagiging makajos and pagiging makatao.
Hi, I'm Hilangan Margaret, and this is my reflection about the good citizenship of our NSTP. As a member of our society, I must fulfill certain obligations, following rules and laws, and uphold my responsibility. However, being a good citizen goes beyond these obligations. It requires having strong values, principles, and ethics. As Filipinos, Samasians rather, we must embody good citizenship values to develop and promote a quality nation based on truth, justice, freedom, love, and peace. Two key values define a good citizenship that were stated by the interviewee. The first is pagiging makajos, which refers to our faith and belief in God, regardless of our religious differences. We must worship and follow God, not just in our times of hardship, but also during good times, by respecting, having faith, and finding order in God. We can strengthen our values of being God-fearing. The second values is pagiging makatao, which means being kind to others, promoting unity and creating a sense of social justice. As the Golden Rule states, do unto others as you want others to do unto you. We should treat others with respect and love just as we want to do. Simple as that. And a good citizenship is simple but hard-working.
There were a lot of significant points of discussion from our interview that have caught my attention. But there are two that have stuck with me. One is probably the two chosen good citizenship values from our interviewee, who chose pagkamakajos at pagkamakatao. Pagkamakajos indicating that we must acknowledge that everything we are and have is something given to us by God, and that we must be grateful for that fact. And and pagkamakatao is to recognize that we should have the heart to serve others, to keep our doors open to anyone in need. As the teaching of the church goes, love your neighbor. And perhaps the other is to consistently show good action, to practice good deeds, and to be an example to everyone, especially the youth. Perhaps pagkamakajos. I believe everything starts with God. And so just like what we have learned from the interview, all that we give to society, be it our gifts and talents, is something that wouldn't be possible without God. If we want to be a catalyst for change and nation building, then we must follow in His footsteps. To love each other, to lift each other up rather than to discriminate based on differences, to fear God's judgment, and to avoid doing evil. We must strive to be better individuals for ourselves and for the sake of the nation. And by doing so, we must abide by God's commandments. Good citizenship pertains to giving back to society and following certain regulations. We all have a role in this world, and the only question at hand is whether we will choose to play our part or not. I would consider myself to be a law-abiding citizen. I respect those around me. I care for the environment, and I believe that I have a good relationship with God. But if I were to share a specific experience, then I would share my most recent one. It would be the time when I was studying out in the open, minding my own business. Gadgets out and a good amount of food set on the table. And soon after, beggars started approaching me. 3 came to be exact. The first was a boy who seems to be in his grade school years. He was asking for change because he told me he was saving up for his food and the materials that he needed for his education. And so I gave him some. The second occurrence was when 2 children, possibly below 10 years old, approached me. They asked for food, and so with the amount I had, I gave them some. I must admit, it's not all the time that I give to others what I have at hand. I sometimes stop to think. But at those very moments, I felt small. I saw the situation they were in, the hunger in their eyes, the clothes they have on, and I felt like I had so much, and they had so little. And so I wanted to give them something, anything they need, because they deserve as much as I do.
Hello everyone, I'm Kane Garcia, and for the first question, for me, the significant points of discussion from the interview that had the biggest impact to me is the part that we have to be concerned to others, because I believe showing concern to others, whether in small or big things, is important for building strong relationships, offering emotional support, and fostering empathy. It creates a positive energy in our society, and it can help resolve problems of other people. In acts of concern, no matter how small, it can have a positive impact to the people and to the community. Second, for me, the citizenship value that fits the youth is being pagkamakatao, because pagkamakatao emphasizes empathy and compassion towards others. When young people possess this value, they are more likely to comprehend the needs and challenges of their fellow citizens, which results in a greater readiness to help and support one another. And lastly, one specific experience where I displayed good citizen values was during a community cleanup event during my high school days. Cleaning recyclables and ensuring appropriate trash disposal. This shows respect for the environment and for our neighborhood. That's all, thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sebastian Luca Totokan, and in the interview, the most significant takeaway for me was the importance of showing concern for others. I believe that demonstrating care, whether in small or large groups, plays a crucial role in building strong relationships, providing emotional support, and nurturing empathy. It generates a positive atmosphere in society and can help solve people's problems through acts of concern, no matter how small. Such actions can have a positive impact on individuals and communities alike. One citizenship value that I think resonates with young people is being a good human being, which encompasses qualities like empathy and compassion towards others. When young individuals possess this value, they are more likely to understand the needs and challenges of their fellow citizens, leading to a greater willingness to help and support one another. Finally, I experienced the significance of good citizens' values during a community service in my recent years. Taking care of recycling and ensuring proper trash disposal is a way to show respect for the environment and for our neighborhood. That is all. Thank you.